The world is in constant flux. Change is inevitable. Yet we humans often cling to what we know. This tendency to favor the existing state of affairs, even when change might be beneficial, is known as status quo bias. It's the pull of the familiar, the comfort of routine. We stick with what we know, even if it's not the best option. This bias is deeply ingrained in our psychology. It's a cognitive shortcut, a way to simplify decision-making in a complex world. Instead of carefully weighing all options, we default to what's known. This tendency can be observed in all facets of life, from our personal choices to our professional decisions. Status quo bias is often subtle, operating beneath the surface of our conscious awareness. We may not even realize it's influencing our choices. However, understanding this bias is crucial. It allows us to recognize its influence and make more informed decisions. Status quo bias manifests in countless ways throughout our lives. Consider the case of Sarah. Sarah has been using the same brand of laundry detergent for years. She's seen countless commercials for new detergents, each promising superior cleaning power. Yet Sarah sticks with her familiar brand. It's what she knows. Or take the example of John. John has been unhappy in his job for some time. The work is uninspiring and he longs for a new challenge. Yet John stays put. The thought of searching for a new job, navigating the interview process, and adapting to a new environment feels daunting. These everyday examples highlight the pervasiveness of status quo bias. We see it in our consumption habits, our career choices, and even our personal relationships. We cling to the familiar, even when change might bring greater satisfaction. The roots of status quo bias run deep, intertwined with fundamental psychological principles. One key factor is loss aversion. We feel the pain of a loss more than the pleasure of a gain. This fear makes us hesitant to embrace change. Another factor is our fear of the unknown. Uncertainty can be unsettling. This fear keeps us tethered to the familiar. Our desire for cognitive consistency also plays a role. We like our beliefs and actions to align. Cognitive dissonance causes mental discomfort. To alleviate this, we cling to the status quo. The price of stagnation: consequences of the status quo. While the comfort of familiarity can be alluring, clinging to the status quo comes at a cost. When we allow status quo bias to dictate our choices, we risk missing out on opportunities for growth, innovation, and fulfillment. In our personal lives, status quo bias can lead to stagnation and regret. We may stay in unfulfilling relationships, persist in unhealthy habits, or miss out on chances for personal development. The fear of the unknown can keep us trapped in our comfort zones, preventing us from experiencing the richness and complexity life has to offer. In the professional realm, status quo bias can stifle innovation and progress. Companies that cling to outdated methods and resist change risk falling behind in a rapidly evolving marketplace. A culture of complacency can permeate organizations, hindering creativity and limiting growth potential. Breaking free: overcoming status quo bias. Recognizing status quo bias is the first step to breaking free from its grip. Challenge it by making conscious, deliberate choices. Actively seek out and consider alternatives. Don't default to the status quo. Explore other options, even if they seem risky. Weigh the benefits of change against the costs. Reframe your perspective on loss aversion. Focus on what you stand to gain. Challenge your assumptions about risk. Growth often lies outside our comfort zones. Cultivate curiosity and openness to new experiences. Embrace the unknown as an opportunity for learning. By challenging the status quo, we open ourselves to a world of potential and create a more fulfilling life. Embracing change for a better future. Embracing change is not just about avoiding the pitfalls of the status quo, it's about actively pursuing a better future. By letting go of our fears and stepping into the unknown, we pave the way for innovation, growth, and a richer life experience. Change can be daunting, but it also brings with it the promise of new opportunities and the thrill of discovery. Whether in our personal lives or professional endeavors, embracing change allows us to evolve, adapt, and thrive in an ever-changing world. So let's take that leap of faith, challenge the status quo, and embrace the endless possibilities that await us. Together, we can build a future that is not only different but better, more vibrant, and full of potential. Like and subscribe for more insights into being human.